Welcome to Bay Area Sports Report. Guess who's back? Deebo Samuel is returning to the San Francisco 49ers on a 1-year, $7 million deal. Welcome back, Deebo Samuel. I have to say this. I want to do this one time. Deebo. Whoa. Deebo. Wow. Okay, I only want to do that one time. But it is just great to see Deebo Samuel back. It's just a great thing. I think it's awesome to see Deebo Samuel returning to the 49ers. I felt like it was the right time, especially with Ricky Pearsall, Richard Kirk being injured. It's just like I said, it is just gonna be just a nice to see him back. He had 727 yards, 5 touchdowns from last year, but it is just awesome to see Deebo Samuel back. As you can see, Ricky Pearsall, as you know, like I mentioned earlier, with latest knee issues with knee swelling with the PCL related to that. So it was kind of hard to see what this receiver core was like. I didn't mind DeMarcus Robinson or Watkins or Jacob Cowing being that third receiver. I don't mind that, but I think bringing in Deebo Samuel was the right thing to do, and I am so glad that they did that. I think it's just great to see him back together. But this is reminding me of, I actually saw this, of just like Dre Greenlaw's back, Deebo Samuel's back, and they're saying the enforcers of the 49ers defense and offense are back in action. The vibes are different. We are so back. And I think we are back. I think it is awesome to see Deebo Samuel returning to the 49ers. I think he's just such a great player. I was mad earlier when in his last year in 2024. He had good stats, but I think he kind of was a bit overweight. A lot of people were mentioning that. I didn't like when he was being hogging the ball that much. I think he realizes that now. I think maybe now he realizes what he needs to do now. I think he understands that he needs to share the ball. And I think it's nice that Deebo Samuel's back on this team. And I think now he realizes that he's not going to be that third first option anymore, that second option now. I mean, we'll see if he is going to be that second option. We still have to see if Dejon's dribbling. We'll have to see on that. But this is probably one of the best signings so far with the Dre Greenlaw, the Mike Evans signing. I think this is one of the best ones. Osa Dikizua. Like, I think I think this team is like just so ready. I mean, the injuries are a bit of a question, don't get me wrong. I think it is a big issue, and I think you guys are right on that. But I feel like if this team, but the good news is though, is that most of these injuries, especially on the defense, as you can see, also like Alfred Collins is out, kind of, but he's gonna come back like second half of training camp, according to what John Lynch says. So I think I'm confident that he'll return. Michael Williams should be returning, hopefully by week 1. Grayson Halton should be coming back too from that knee bruise. I don't think it's that serious, a knee bruise. I don't think it's that serious. It should be fine. Um, but also Miles Mustafa hamstring. I think it's only out for like a couple of weeks. I mean, it's not that bad. And even if then, I think I won't mind Jair Brown and Miles Mustafa. But either way, all these injuries though, overall, I think it's gonna help this team, and I think it's just awesome to see that see Deebo Samuel back. It's just awesome to have this leadership. I think him with Mike Evans is just gonna be so awesome to see. Like they're tough. Those two are tough, like physical wide receivers, and I think with a tough and physical Dejon's dribbling, like it's just the perfect. It's just perfect, man. Like it's just so awesome. And back that Deebo Samuel, through his highlights, as I want to mention here, he was very good for the Commanders. He is still having. He's not that explosive self of him back then, like as you could see. But he is gonna be that reliable option. He's still gonna like break at least some tackles, as you could see. So I think he's still gonna be a great player. He's still gonna get some out routes. Still gonna get as you can see, he's starting to be a bit better. And I think George Kittle and Kyle Juszczyk, as soon as they made those posts, because they were posting on him on he should come back, and looks like I'm sure George and Kyle should be very excited to have him back. I think it'll be very awesome to see him there. And I think he's just a great option. He's still tough. He's still physical. He can still get himself open. I think it's just awesome to see him being what he was. Hopefully, he is that. I think Shanahan is just going to have so much fun. And I think with Deebo Samuel, just being that physical guy, and especially being that like trick plays of RBs. If they could somehow do this with Deebo like they did with the Commanders, I think this could work. I don't know about those wheel routes though. When the what the Washington was doing, I saw those a lot. I think he's more better at just doing in routes and out routes and slants. As you can see, he's just like very good. He's back to like being what he was back in like 2022 or 2021 or 2023 actually, when he was just that third option. I don't think he was like the number one option in back in 2023. He was that second option for the 49ers. So if he could just somehow turn into being like what he is in the Commanders and being the guy he was in 2023, then I think we actually have a good thing receiver core, because I think it's just awesome to see that, because the slot receiver, cornerback, I mean, the first two is going to be tough, especially Jalen Watson and Trent McDuffie when we're facing the Rams week 1. But if you have Deebo Samuel like in the slot and just having him in there, or just having him as that number 2 guy, I think it's just like great to have him there. I think it's just awesome to see him and just getting himself open. But what is that going to happen to Ricky Pearsall? As you can keep on continuing watching the highlight. I think what's going to happen to Ricky, I feel like he is going to get surgery, and then they're going to put him on IR, and then that'll open a spot to Deebo Samuel. As for the Christian Kirk injury, we'll see how that goes. A lot of people are saying he might get cut, possibly. So that could happen. So I feel like they might cut Kirk like at the end of training camp, and then they possibly might put Ricky Pearsall on IR, because according to what the doctor said on Ricky Pearsall, it takes 9 to 12 months for him to be back for him until he's healthy. And I think that's the reason why. So that takes a little bit of a long time, especially the symptoms that he mentioned earlier, like I mentioned in my last video. So, but overall, it's just so great to have Deebo Samuel back, being that tough physical. I can't wait to have. I hope this Deebo is hopefully he can still be that physical guy he was, and I think this is just a great signing for the 49ers. It's just been one of the best and it's just great to have him back. So, in other words, Deebo Samuel, welcome back to the 49ers. Let's get to work. And overall, this trio of Mike Evans and Dejon Stribling and and Deebo Samuel, I think it's a great trio of receivers. I think it's going to be a great team overall, along with George Kittle. I think it's just awesome, and it's going to bring the Niners some good vibes. I think it'll bring them out of that Ricky Pearsall vibe when he had that PCL injury. So I think it's nice. And then the depth behind them, it's not bad. I think it's pretty good. DeMarcus Robinson, Watkins, and Cowing, they're solid pieces, especially what they showed on training camp. And I think I think it's gonna I think they can contribute also. I could see Jordan Watkins and maybe running back. We'll see who that could be. Maybe Jordan James and Kalen Black, but I'm not so sure about James. We'll see if they hold out running backs too. Actually, they did actually held running backs, like I mentioned. I won't just want to mention that, as they did mention some running backs earlier. As you could see from here, they have mentioned Raheem Blackshear, Khalil Herbert, and Owen Wright. So it looks like there's a possibility that they might put James. He might be out for a little while. But if I was if I were the 49ers, I would go with Khalil Herbert, mostly because he's just very young for the 40 for for the 49ers. He's 28. He's been a very solid running back for the Bears back then, but then he's just been bounced around the league. I think he's probably underrated. As for Raheem Blackshear, I'm not so sure if I I want to sign him. I mean, he is an okay guy, but he hasn't played since 2024, so I'm not so sure about that one. And then Owen Wright, I don't think that's a pretty good option. So I would just go with Kahili Herbert, but I think he's I think it's a very I think this is going to be a overall though, I feel excited for this team. So I think, but if they do sign, but one of the running backs on that like the list I mentioned, they might sign Kahili. They might have Kalen Black might be that RB2, which I want him to be because I think it's pretty nice. And and Grant Cohen really highlighted. Note to self-subscribe to him. He highlighted that he was very wrong about him on Kalen Black, and I was always supportive of Kalen Black. He was like my seventh running back, but I always expected him to be, like fifth, fourth, or fifth round pick possibly. But he's showing a lot in training camp, and I can't wait to see what he does. But man, Deebo Samuel, it's just awesome to have him back, and I've just mentioned him earlier in my video, and a lot of people just wanted Deebo back, and Niners heard us, and it's awesome to have him back for this team. I think it really helps him. I think it'll also help Dejon's dribbling too, because Dejon's dribbling is that physical receiver, and I think Deebo will help him be more physical, and along with that, maybe learn how to catch right, learn how to break tackles, because dribbling can break a little bit of tackles, but not as much. So maybe Deebo can help him on that, as I've seen from most highlights. But I am so excited that Deebo Samuel is back. And Deebo Samuel, welcome back to the 49ers. But make sure to like, but that's it for today. But make sure to like and subscribe and comment down below on how excited you are on how Deebo Samuel coming back to the 49ers. And this is Bay Area Sports Report, signing off.